All right. Hello, YouTube. And I'm also on Kick. All right. So it's my first time streaming on Kick. I think it's the same handle. I'm pretty sure everything is Eat Your Heart Out. But I just wanted to I might do some more readings because I had an issue finding the video that I did yesterday. It didn't show up on my content list when I was trying to edit it on YouTube Studio. So it's popping up because people are commenting on it, so I'm assuming y'all can see it. I for some reason couldn't see it, but just in case there's any issues, we could do a few readings tonight. I am a little sleepy, so I don't know if I'll be able to do every single sign. And I don't want y'all to skip the beginning. I should have said that in the beginning, but I am going to timestamp this part. Um, because I do want to explain why I took a break. I'm currently not doing personal readings, y'all. I'm not doing any personal readings at the moment. I'm going to figure out how I want to set that up. I'm thinking about doing subscriptions through YouTube, like you pay your monthly subscription and you get this many readings for the month, but I'll cross that bridge. The reason I'm doing it like that, I've told this story before, but I'm sure everybody did not hear it. Back when I was doing lives on TikTok, anybody that tries to do any content on TikTok, if you get any type of traction, you know you're going to have a million fake pages of you. All right. Especially in like the spiritual community. And I've noticed now that I do day trading in the day trading community, but that's a whole nother story. But during that time when I was doing readings, there was a fake page that had reached out to somebody that actually supported me and literally threatened to use voodoo or hoodoo to kill their child, literally to get money out of them under my name and my face. So I want to find a system where we do personal readings that make sense. All right. Another reason that I put a pause on doing readings is because when it comes to spirituality, I don't want people to fall into the same mental psychosis or the same mental trap that religion would put you in. All right, so religion has all these rules, regulations, all these restrictions. You don't want to have the same thing with spirituality. A lot of times people assume that because it's a spiritual practice, because I'm using sage or incense or crystals, I'm more free-minded or more free-willed than somebody who is religious, and that is not automatically the case. That can very well start to entrap you, right? So if you're living life and you think you can't go anywhere without your rose quartz, you're mentally still stifled. All right. So if you think like, oh my God, I have to sage or this is going to happen to me, that is a mental trap. Not saying that you can't use spiritual tools and things like that, but you want to make sure that you're not falling into a psychosis where things are you're not touching grass, you're not experiencing life. Another example of that would be like where people specifically assume, okay, it's a new moon, so I'm going to automatically receive this, or okay, this is in my birth chart, so I'm going to automatically get this. The way life works is you have to put in actual work to get a result. You have to go out and do something, meet people, talk to people, network, apply to the job, apply to this, study this. You have to do the steps to get the outcome that you want. You cannot just say, okay, well, it's a full moon. So my life is going to automatically change. No, that is a psychosis. Okay. Um, another another thing that I had experienced, and I've told this story before too, and this is just for the people like you wondering like why did you stop, things like that. But another thing that experienced, and I'll never forget this, she was a Libra, I believe, um, and she was an astrologist. And I remember when I first got into astrology, I'm a Sag. So she had said something like, the only sign that is a bad mother is a Sagittarius, right? And I'm like, damn, bitch, what the fuck? Fast forward, she ended up literally killing her children and her husband and then killing herself. And that's the person that specifically said, because you are this sign, you are a bad mother. And she ended up killing her children. So you cannot automatically place, like, there are characteristics for each sign, there are things that relate to each sign, but you don't want to do it to where you're losing sight of reality. All right, you can definitely lose sight of reality, and I don't want people to do that. There were a couple of readings where I was like, I really want people to kind of take the training wheels off, go live life, experience life, learn what you like as a person, learn what works for you. And sometimes you can't just do that by isolating yourself or through a spiritual practice. You have to experience real life and experience things. All right. So that just sums up kind of why I took the break that I did. It was a lot going on, a lot of just dramatics. But I do want to say I'm very thankful for all the people who supported me on the last video. A lot of my people did return back and watch the video. So I appreciate y'all. I was actually surprised because I like this joint not gonna get no traction. I ain't been on here in months, but it did. I appreciate y'all for watching. I probably will not be going live on TikTok for that reason to avoid all the fake pages and all that. Um, so yeah, catch me on here or on Kick. Again, I'm not doing personal readings yet. I'm gonna figure out a good system for that first. And if you do recall, I did have the spiritual store. Spiritual store is closed. So the website is gone. All right, the website is not there. I will be letting you guys know how we're gonna do that. All right, so that was just the one part that I wanted to talk about, and then we can go through these signs. The last video, again, I was not able to timestamp it, but the timestamps are in the comments. Shout out to Amelia, and I know there was another person that did the Pisces timestamp. I'm not sure what her name is, but shout out to you. So thank y'all for doing that, and I will be timestamping this. Hopefully, this video shows up in my YouTube studio because the last one didn't. So if it shows up there, I'll be able to timestamp it for y'all. But we are going to go ahead and do Aries. Again, I'm a little tired, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can make it through all of them. Um, yeah. So today I'm also simplifying the way that I do readings. If you used to watch me, I would use way too many decks, a lot of clarification. But we're gonna make sure everything is as straightforward as possible. I'm using the hip hop deck and I am using this Rider Waite Tarot deck. I do still, because I had that store open, I do still have a few of these decks available. If there's anybody that's interested and you want your own deck, let me know and you could buy one from me. um, but yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start with Aries. And these are general. We're gonna see whatever the most important scenario is for you. All right, what is the most important energy for my Aries folks? Let's see. Okay, mystery. All right, so this could be secrets, confusion, something being hidden. Maybe there's something you want to figure out more about, you're not sure about. Okay, so the center of this reading is a secret or a mystery or something that's unknown. All right, what role do you play here, Aries? Let's see. You okay, superstition, you're worried. If before I even move forward, I feel like you are worried about the unknown or you're worried about a secret or something's not confirmed. What are you worried about? What are you worried or nervous about? Or you just don't, you may not trust something. Okay, transition. This could literally be a move. Like if somebody's physically moving, you're like, I'm worried about if this move will go well, if this travel is well, is this, you could be worried that something or someone is moving forward or moving on. You may not trust that something's going to transition well. What are you worried is going to occur here, Aries? Oh, truth. All right, yeah. I mean, okay. I feel like basically you're worried that somebody's going to know a secret. I don't want to put your business out there, but that's basically, I mean, okay. I feel like, okay. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Is it any areas on here? I don't wanna put y'all business out here, but like, I want to finish the reading. I don't know. All right. So, truth about what? Okay, there could be some sort of regret. All right. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Aries? This actually kind of shifted from yesterday. Okay, leadership. The energy you're supposed to be in is leadership. You need to initiate something. Okay, lead who to do what? Or you need to be the first to do something or the first to speak on something. Okay, yeah, courage, because you're scared. You may be in a scenario where you're not, you shouldn't be afraid, or because you're in charge, you shouldn't be afraid. Let's see. Let's see. Let me get 8 cards. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know. If you have a secret, you're just like, I don't want anybody to know this secret. Okay, so basically something's going on where you do not know. What is that? Oh, sorry, I saw a Q&A sticker popped up. All right, so it starts off with the Fool card. There's an energy where there is no information. You're not sure about what to do, or somebody else may not be sure about what to do. Okay, yeah, the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands. So if there's an intention here, I feel like that plan may not work. It may be blocked out. Overall, I feel like if the center of the reading is a secret or confusion, right? If you're within yourself and you're trying to do something new, do some research first and get the information first before you jump into something. That's number one. Number two, if there's like a secret or something, somebody is doing it, they're in a situation where they're not aware of something, they do not know. And that's why the plan is not going to work, or that's why something's not going to work here. I feel like too, there's like, I don't know what time this is, or I don't know when this is supposed to occur. What is the intention, or what's the intended outcome? Because I don't, it looks like it may not work because you don't have enough information. Yeah, versatility, the Empress. There's a couple, I don't know if somebody's worried about having a baby. Maybe you're worried that somebody's going to find out that someone's pregnant. What's going to be blocked out? Yeah, focus. Okay, there's no, okay. This is not, something's not going to work. What's missing from your plan? Or what don't you know? Or what information is missing? Knowledge. I mean, that's literally, so whatever's going on, there's information missing. That's it. Um, Whatever you're doing, get more information on it. Study it, learn it, research it. If this is another person, if you're dealing with somebody else, I feel like you don't know this person very well, or you don't know something. You need to get more information. If you did jump into something prematurely and did not know what you were signing up for, this would be a good time to do research on it. What do you need more knowledge about? I don't, this could be somebody around you. Something also is like there's a distraction. What is the outcome for you, Aries? You don't, yeah, resilience. Okay, so this looks like something's very difficult. And you have intuition and luck here. So I just feel like you don't have, I mean, that's the best way I could say it. Thank you. Welcome. But yeah, that I know that that's pretty much it. The thing here, you're nervous about something working out. I feel like too, the way this looks, you want to do something, you don't want somebody else to know the truth. That's why it's not working. Something would only work if somebody knows what they're getting into or has information about it. Okay, that's Aries. All right, we're gonna do Taurus next. I'm gonna try to keep these concise. Hello, no, I'm not doing any personal questions at the moment. We're just doing it general by zodiac sign, and I'm going in order of the zodiac. Um, and I will let y'all know about like personal readings and things like that, but at the moment I'm not doing any personal readings yet. Trying to find the best way to avoid scammers from messaging y'all like, oh, this is Aisha or something crazy. So I'm trying to figure out the best system for that. All right, Taurus, what is the center of your reading, Taurus is? What is the most important scenario? Okay, self-love. Okay, making sure that you're comfortable, making sure something works specifically for you. What role do you play here, Taurus? Okay, style. All right, so you could be dealing with a Cancer. I have Cancer placements. I feel like you are moving forward with yourself in mind. Whatever decision you're making right now, this is purely to make sure that you are comfortable. If there's anything dealing with driving or anything like that, like you're the driver, you're the one with the vehicle, you're the transportation, Or if it's not that literal, you're the way that something goes from start to finish. All right. What is the most important energy for the Tauruses to be in? Okay, order. All right, so get something organized before you continue on. What else do you need to be putting first here, Tauruses? Self-esteem and emotions. Okay, make sure that your emotions are calm. Something may trigger you, something may make you feel what may trigger you? Finesse. Okay. A plan. Okay, so I don't know if you're dealing with an Aries or not, but finesse is typically when a plan is not going to work. That's going to bother you. You need to be okay with the fact that that something may not go as planned. Do not throw a hissy fit, throw a tantrum, act all crazy. Be prepared for something not to go as planned. What's the intended outcome? Because it looks like that is going to bother you. Let's see. Why might the plan not work? I don't know if I even said that right. Okay, fight. It's a lot of distractions. Don't get distracted. This is a lot of okay. The energy shifted from yesterday. It was a lot different yesterday. Let me get 8 cards here. Let's see. Yeah, something may not always go your way. That's the best way that I could describe it. Um, yeah, the 8 of Swords coming out the gate, like that's a trapped mindset. Okay, and then you have the High Priestess. It's almost like there's a scenario somebody else has no choice but to follow their intuition. They can't help it, or we'll double check and see what the High Priestess is because that's actually a pretty good card. So yours turned into the Emperor in the Wheel of Fortune. Aries had the Empress in the Wheel of Fortune. So something's going to go differently. Yeah, okay. Okay, an individual is going to say something that makes you feel insecure. Literally, the 9 of Wands. This is what you're going to have to plan for. Somebody's going to say something that makes you feel offended, insecure, upset. That's what's going to happen. What is the High Priestess? What is intuition telling you? So just get prepared for that. Okay, hustle. So this may have something to do with money or finances. What is this what is this person saying or doing right here? Mood. Yeah. This person's regretful. This is a lot. What happened? Okay. So this person's upset, sad, and they're going to say something that so they may be saying something to hurt you. What is the regret about? There's going to be an individual that's going to do something or say something to you that bothers you because they know for a fact. Okay, basically, if there's a scenario where there's a bunch of people, somebody's going to say something mean to you because they're mad about something else that didn't work for them. You're going to have to prepare for that. Okay, what is I would say don't take something personal. What is the outcome for you, Tauruses? And then we're going to do Gemini next. All right, love. So when I get love, this is more so sympathy, or kindness. It's not even really like flirting all the time. It's not like flirting, it's nothing sexual. That's just from what I have clarified. Okay. Hmm. All right, Tauruses, that's y'all reading. I'm gonna do Gemini next. That was a short reading, but it was getting a little. If it's confusing, I'm just gonna keep moving on. I'm not gonna do no long readings. If y'all just now joining, please watch the beginning. Please get the info on the spiritual psychosis before watching this. It is a kind of a not a warning, but like don't let your life be consumed by angel numbers and things like that. Make sure you're still living your life. Make sure you're still making things happen for yourself. Okay, Geminis. Are we still in Gemini season? Happy birthday to the Geminis. What's the energy surrounding the Geminis? What's the most important scenario? Finesse. Okay, so whatever you're intending on doing is not going to go as planned. This isn't always bad. Like for instance, you may be like, okay, what is it going to be like when I go here? What is it going to be like with this job? If you're intending on staying at that job or getting the job, that just means that that will not work out and you'll have to get another plan there. All right. So the plan is not working, whoever, whatever this is, right? What role do you play here, Geminis? And then we're going to see what's missing from the plan. Okay, knowledge. Okay, so you, Gemini, you know what you're doing. Now, I don't know if you have anything to do with an Aries, and Aries could be worried about you or something like that. You know what to do. What do you have knowledge about, Gemini? So you're intelligent. You know what's going on. You're not wrong. Okay, you have knowledge about healing. So whatever this is, you know how to fix the situation. What was the intended outcome here? Okay, skill. So the intended outcome could have been dealing with a Libra, or somebody's like, oh, you deserve karma, or something was supposed to have a direct cause and effect sort of reaction. What actually occurs? Superstition. Okay, so the Aries is nervous. If you're dealing with an Aries, these are the same cards. Somebody doesn't trust something, and that's why it's not working. Okay. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Geminis? Vision. This is a Gemini card too. Left Eye was a Gemini. Rest in peace to her. But you need to actually see something. Okay, what do you need to see? This a plan is not going. Something's not going as planned. What do you need to see visibly here, Gemini's? And then we're gonna do Cancer. I'm gonna get the tarot too, though. Passion and guidance. All right, let's see. Looks like you need to see that somebody is guided by an impulsive decision. Looks like an impulse, or somebody is guided just by their desires. Let's get 8 cards. You are coming out as knowledge and healing, so I don't think you're the person that's worried. If you have a if a plan that you're trying to come up with does not work, you will know how to fix it. You will have a backup plan for it. Let's see. Okay, the high priest is coming out first for you. Whenever I pull that card first, I feel like there's not much. I don't want to do too much on the reading because I feel like the message I already gave is pretty clear. All right, so here's the Taurus again. So I don't know if everybody's tied together. It gets difficult because I know when I do them in order, I know all of it synced up. But it's almost like somebody's going to get offended by this reading, or somebody's going to be mad or upset that you know something. I'm going to assume in this case that you're going to be the high priestess. Normally, the high priestess comes out as instinct, but I'm going to put you in that scenario because you came out as knowledge. Um, Something that you know how to do may offend someone. Yeah, the emperor. Okay, it's a Taurus that does not like that Aries reading that I gave, or something like that. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. You're watching it. Yeah, you're watching it, but you're not paying attention to it. These readings are kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. What is the even though it's not, but what does the high priestess know here? We didn't do Pisces yet. Pisces is last. I'm only on Gemini. What does the high priestess know, or what is intuition showing you? Yeah, luck. Literally, what time something is going to happen, when something's going to happen, how it happens. Something could just be happenstance. Somebody's like, yeah, that happens to occur every time, or this happens every time at 10 a.m., or if I go to this location, I know that this is going to happen. Something has to do with location, time. Maybe that it could be literally like, no, this is luck. It's out of happenstance, right? So what is luck? You can't choose who you're born to. You can't choose what you look like. I mean, you can alter how you look and stuff, but the way you're born, you can't, you don't choose those features. I don't choose my parents. I don't choose what my child looks like automatically. But there are some things that are intentional. All right, but basically intuition is telling you when something is going to occur. What is the outcome here for you? All right, resistance. What's going to be resisted? I see the hermit, so somebody may go into their own, yeah, versatility. This is the Aries reading. They're all tied together. So whatever Aries was planning to do, they wanted the Empress in the Wheel of Fortune. That's not happening. It's going to be the Emperor in the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like too, the outcome is if we're talking about on everyday level, somebody is resisting getting pregnant or resisting getting married. If that's what you're trying to do, if anybody's trying to do that, you're resisting getting pregnant. I mean, it looks like if you need to see that passion and guidance, it looks like somebody doesn't want a commitment or they're guided by their impulses, by their passions. But yeah, somebody does not want like a commitment or somebody doesn't want to be a mom, pretty much is what I'm getting. I feel like too something is uncomfortable. All right. Somebody's like, no, I don't want to stay there. I'm not comfortable there. All right. But I mean, you have knowledge in healing. So I feel like you know how to fix a situation if there is an issue. Let's see. What else needs to be healed here? And then we'll move on to Cancer. Mystery. Yeah, that's the Emperor. That was the Aries reading. So you might want to watch the Aries reading. There needs to be more information, things like that. Okay. All right. Cancer's next. Let's do Cancer. Cancer energy came out in the Taurus reading too. All right, what is this scenario surrounding my cancers? Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the likes. We gotta get the stuff back up. I lost some subscribers and things. It's all good though. We gonna get it back up. What's the scenario surrounding my cancers? Mood. Okay, regret or sadness. Okay, what role do you play here, cancers? Okay, guidance. What are you being guided by or who? Okay, courage. All right. So if this is another individual, you're being guided by a courageous person, or you could be guided to, by your own courage to do something. What does somebody have the courage to do here? Love. Okay. So somebody's going to be kind, nice, generous, sweet talking, sweet and talking to people, things like that. Not sure what the mood part is. What is the regret about or the sadness about? Okay, determination. Okay, so somebody regrets focusing on what or being too determined, focusing on what? Ooh, sex, passion? What is this? All right. The desire to create peace. Somebody's always focused on the desire to create peace. Random. I don't know why I'm getting this, but you may not want to smoke. All right. Or somebody's very focused on sex. Okay. Oh, what's the most important energy for you to be in real quick, cancers? Okay, skill, cause and effect. All right, so that's Libra energy. I don't know why, but I'm getting like I want you to think about the cause and effect when making a decision. If you're wondering like what do I do, just it's cause and effect. See what else we get. We get 8 cards, cancers. Okay, so literally, I see you here with a fire sign. Some of you, Page of Cups, Queen of Wands, Three of Cups, and then a Two of Wands. Looks like there's going to be like a third person wants to come see you and another person. If you're here with two, if you're here, if it's you and like your friend, your sister, your mother, or something like that, there's a third person that wants to come to you, literally, or come see you, or talk to you, or reach out. Looks like somebody might be far away or something like that. Okay. Yeah, the moon and the magician. There you go in the end, the chariot. I feel like somebody regrets like maybe even manipulating you. Cause it's almost like the outcome is you. Like you're right there. Okay. What does someone wish they would have done? Had a backup plan or been more intentional. Somebody wishes that they would have been more intentional or that they would have had a backup plan. What is the outcome that somebody got here with the magician though? Because it's here. It's so the manipulation worked. Somebody regrets that. Oh, somebody wishes that they would have got caught, or somebody, it's like somebody manipulated something and they wished that they never did that. They wish they never created that. They wish that plan never worked. It's almost like somebody gets what they wanted and they wish they didn't do that. What did somebody get as a result? Versatility, the Empress. So it could be pregnancy, just to throw it out there, or um, all right. The Cancer season is coming up, so I don't know if somebody's like, you're pregnant or something. It's like somebody got what they wanted. What's wrong with it though? What's wrong with it? Somebody got what they wanted. The truth? Truth about what? Luck. So something basically is damn, how do I it's almost like somebody wishes something, they wish that they were more intentional. So maybe somebody's just going with the flow, they're not intentional about their life, is what I'm getting. So you're probably going to learn that. Be intentional about the choices that you're making, be intentional about what you're creating. Cause it's like somebody created something, they got it and they don't want it. I guess it looks like they were very focused on the wrong thing. What was somebody focused on when they did this? All right, the star is here. So this could be literally in Aquarius. All right. Weird reading. Okay, what's the outcome for you, Cancers? Okay, change. And what is this going to change into? So something is going to switch up because the way that it somebody didn't get what they wanted. Yeah, fight. Okay, so I feel like too, the reason somebody created this is because they were too focused on it. I feel like now somebody's like, no, I want to focus on multiple things. What's a great way? I guess a good way to explain that, right, would be like, say you went to school for a certain degree. That was all you focused on, but now you don't like your career. That would be a perfect example of somebody like creating something, they don't like it or they regret it, even though they got it. So somebody's like, yeah, I should have been more intentional or I should have planned for blah, blah, blah. What should they have planned for? So now somebody's like, no, if this is dating, I feel like somebody's like, no, I should date multiple. Fight is like a distraction. Yeah, they're like, I should have intended on blocking that out. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Leo is next. I'm a little tired, y'all. Thank you. Welcome back, y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. I thought y'all forgot about me. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Leos are next. Shout out to the fire signs out there. If you're just now joining, I'm not doing personal readings just yet. I gotta find a good system for it. And also make sure y'all check out the spiritual psychosis message that I put in the beginning. It's quite important because I don't want anybody to fall into that. Please, you take the messages, but still live your lives accordingly. Be intentional with the outcomes that you want. Make it work, that way. What's the scenario for the Leos? Virgo's up next. Focus. All right, determination. Tenacity is determination, focus. Okay. What role do you play here? Thank you. What role do you play here, Leos? Style. So you and Taurus are coming out as a Cancer. You and Taurus are in the same scenario. Okay. You're very focused, or you're okay. What is the focus on here? You be dealing with a Cancer. What's the focus on? Yeah, that's the Cancer. Cancer had guidance. The focus is on this Cancer. Okay, let's see. What's the most important energy for you to be in, Leos? Order. Okay, get things organized. All right, but what should you put first here? Love, and angel, and strength. So this is typically your card. You're typically the strength card. I feel like you're now angel can be a Sag or a Capricorn. You may have to have sympathy for a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. So do something nice or out of the kindness of your heart. Not sure. I mean, I don't know why, but we'll see. So let's get 8 cards. There's a Cancer again. So this was the first card that came out in Cancer reading, but it looks like somebody's walking away from this Cancer. It looks like if you're walking away, something becomes more expensive. This could be a vehicle or something like that, but walking away actually ends up costing more money. Walking away from a Cancer is going to cost you more money, or let's see. What is the Judgment? Intuition. Okay. What is somebody's intuition saying? What are they saying intuitively, or what is the intuitive decision that they're making? Somebody's going to make an intuitive decision. Okay, to resist. What does this person know to resist? They could be telling you this: sex, passion, or that desire. Somebody may know to resist sex. Literally, they know to resist something that they actually desire. Why do they? Okay, this could be doing something in moderation. They're like, no, I gotta do that in moderation. I can't just keep doing that, or I can't just keep smoking, or I can't have sex with that person, or I desire this, but I can't go do this, that, and the third. That's what's going on. Okay. What's the 5 of Swords though? Because it looks like somebody's mad at this. It's correct, but yeah, versatility, dominance, and healing. So I feel like somebody is mad that someone knows they're supposed to resist a situation. What is the outcome for you, Leos? Self-love. Who I think Taurus pulled that. I wish I had two of these decks. What is the desire here with passion or the action? Oh, I just peeped. In these 8 cards, the only element that's missing is fire. So somebody instinctively, sorry, knows to resist that action. Do not take that action. So whatever's supposed to be created or done here is not going to work because you know not to do that. What is the action or the desire? Okay, hustle. So the 6 of Pentacles is here. So somebody's like, no, I shouldn't pay for that, or I shouldn't spend time on that. W- Why should they resist it? What would be the result if they didn't? Voice transition and emotions. Interesting. All right, so something basically this could be a scenario where somebody's like, okay, I can't drink because I'm going to say something out of line, or I can't smoke because I'll do this, or I shouldn't have sex because I'll get emotionally attached. Whatever the desire is, somebody knows not to do it. All right, so that's your reading. If somebody gives you that advice, they're like, hey, I don't know if you should do this, I will listen to them. Virgo is going to be next. Thank you. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. All right, Virgo. Shout out to the Virgos. Let's see. Ooh, thank y'all for the likes and everything. We got to build the channel back up, y'all. I'm also on Kick. I don't know nothing about Kick though, honestly. But we on there. All right, so let's see. Virgos. Virgos. We going in order, y'all. What's the most important scenario for the Virgos? Style. Cancer is heavy. Maybe because Cancer's birthday is coming up, but Cancer is a big deal here. You know a Cancer. It could be a friend, family member, whatever. All right, what role do you play here, Virgos? Or the Taurus did come out as Cancer, so it could be a Taurus too. Okay, so your guidance as well. Okay, no, you and Cancer in the same boat. You're both in guidance. What are you being guided by, or who? Or you're listening to something? Okay, inspiration. So yesterday, I your advice was to listen to an Aquarius. So you're listening to an Aquarius here. This could also be you're literally just guided by somebody that is inspiring. If you don't know an Aquarius, you're inspired. Okay. What are you being guided to do here, Virgos? Or you just listening to them talk, however y'all want to put it. Okay, fluidity. You're being guided to go with the flow. It's a lot of water here. You're being guided by an air sign to go with the flow or to be more fluid. Okay. All right. What energy should you be in here, Virgos? Okay. Defiance. So defiance means to break a rule. So I'm going to assume that you should not. I don't Let's see. What's the rule? What is the norm? There's some sort of rule you need to break. Okay, pride. Okay, so don't if somebody's telling I don't they're not telling you to be prideful. The Aquarius is not telling you to be prideful. The Aquarius is guiding you to go with the flow. Typically, in whatever scenario you're in, you're supposed to be prideful or egotistical, or you're supposed to show something off. All right, or be proud of it. What should you do instead? So don't do something out of pride or ego. You should, okay, so skill is Libra. So that's cause and effect. If these are people, I would not show something off to everybody. I would just stick with this Libra or share it with this Libra. I would also be intentional and think about the cause and effect of something. So if the rule is like, okay, I should show this off, or I should be egotistical or prideful, if that's the norm in that scenario, look at other people that did that. Look at other scenarios where people were acting like that. And you're going to see the effects of what that caused for that individual, right? So, like a drug dealer should not go out and show off their fur coats in their cars because we're going to see you, right? It's like when Frank White went to the boxing match with a white fur coat on. You've seen that before. You've seen pride be somebody's downfall, or you've seen the effect of it. But yeah, all right. Let's get 8 cards. I don't know. That's just an example. Okay. Welcome, Kiana. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards for the Virgos. Okay, so you got Gemini. So you got the Lovers of Five Pentacles, and you got the Chariot here. So you got Gemini, Cancer. It's there's something missing from these two people. It's almost like there's something here missing. What is this? Yeah, the Eight of Swords and then the Justice. Somebody doesn't realize how somebody has to break themselves out of a mental mindset. What I see here is somebody needs to move locations or go to a different area to see different people or different situations because it's like something is missing. If these people are not getting what they actually need in a scenario, and it could be both a Gemini and a Cancer. Maybe it's both of those people. Let's continue. Oh, the Tower. I ain't pulled the Tower in a minute. Let's see what, and then the Hangman, the Six of Swords. All right, let's see. What is expected with the Tower? What the Strength card, Leo. Okay. What's actually going to occur? Gemini. These are people again. You're expecting something from a Leo. It's a Gemini. You're not expecting something from this Gemini. Now, Gemini came out as knowledge. You may not be expecting a Gemini to know how to do something or to know how to fix something, but they do. Okay. I'm also getting too, if this is a scenario and you're like waiting for something to occur, you think something's going to occur in Leo season, do it now. It's Gemini season. Don't wait. Like if you're like, okay, I should wait until this, and this. No, don't wait for it. Go ahead and do what you need to do. This is Virgo. Okay. Yeah, you need to do something right now. Don't keep waiting. I feel like too, a Gemini is going to be very understanding of somebody's time, or they're going to be very understanding of somebody's circumstances. What is the outcome for you, Virgos? Okay, humor. You're okay. You're going to be happy or laughing in the end. I don't think it's anything. Okay, or something's going to be ironic. So I feel like because the Tower is here, you're not expecting it. You're gonna be like, that's ironic that that Gemini did that. What? All right, let's see. What's funny or ironic, but you're gonna be happy about it, I guess. Yeah, confidence. Okay, I don't that yeah, you're fine. Okay, let's keep going. That's your reading. I'm not sure, but you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be laughing, or something's gonna be ironic, like, okay, bet we can afford this, or we got the money for this, or I'm fine, or there's no issue. Um, where else are you in this reading? Okay, dominance. What are you dominating or controlling? So you're dominating something. Okay, resistance. All right, so you're able to resist. Okay. But the outcome is good, is a good thing. You'll be happy that you did that, or something's gonna be ironic or funny about it, or you'll be happy about it. Okay. That was Virgo reading. All right, Libra is next. I'm tired, y'all. How many we got? Is all the signs in here? What signs we got in here? Let me know. All right, let's see. If y'all shy and don't want to put y'all signs, that's okay too. It's all good. All right, what's the scenario, Libras? Okay, potential. This could be a physical message that you actually get, something that you're actually looking at, or literally something has a potential to grow. What role do you play here, Libras? Okay, love. So you're being nice, kind. You're going to say something in a nice way. You're going to do something out of sympathy for someone. Okay, what else is the most important energy for you to be in? Oh, Pisces, the last on the list. All right, what's the most important energy for you to be in? Okay, healing. What is the issue? What do you need to heal it into? Defiance again? Okay, so the issue is courage. You're not supposed to be courageous enough to do something, or maybe somebody's trying to force you to do it. What is the rule that you're supposed to break? You're not supposed to listen to this rule. All right, what should you do instead? Yeah, rebellion. I feel like too, the rule is that you have to be honest about something. Truth, you don't. But rebellion is typically like you finding a loophole. So there's something here where you're gonna find a loophole to telling the truth. I don't know what truth about what. You in this scenario, you don't have to be honest, you don't have to tell the truth. All right, fluidity, that could be a Virgo. They came out as fluidity. I don't know, but you don't have to tell the truth, basically. Let me get 8 cards for Libras. The devil card, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Okay, so there's like some shame. Somebody's looking back and they kind of feel ashamed of something. That's the truth. Literally, somebody's okay, that so this action is like, we'll see what's causing you to feel shame or somebody else to feel shame. What is the devil card, real quick? Okay, this could be okay with tenacity. In this case, they could be a Capricorn that's very, very focused on something. Um, but I feel like there's going to be a regret of like obsession. It could be obsessing over something, always looking at this, because this kind of ties into what I was saying in the beginning, right? About like spiritual psychosis, like something that you're currently focusing on all the time, or like somebody else is always focused on it or very determined to have this. It's like an obsession, though. Like the devil card can be like, I'm always thinking about it. I'm always looking at it. I gotta have it in a maybe in an unhealthy manner. What is the regret? What does someone regret here? Yeah, it's a trap mindset. Somebody's like, damn, I wish I did not only think like that or only think about that. I regret wasting time thinking that way, or constantly, what was somebody always constantly thinking about? It's something that they know they should resist, basically. I feel like this is like an addiction sort of thing. Who is this for again? Libra? All right, what's the outcome for you, Libras? And then we're going to do Scorpio. Finesse. Okay, so whatever the plan is does not work. What's the intended outcome? you, Libra. If this is for you, Libra, I feel like you're supposed to. I want to pick these cards up because I feel like I use what actually occurs here. If you're planning for something to go your way, it may not. Yeah, ambition. If there's a scenario about sex, love, something like that, somebody is going to focus on their career instead of somebody. The outcome is not going to be you, Libra. The outcome is going to be a job going, maybe going to somebody else, or the outcome is a Virgo. Virgos rule ambition. If you're watching for like love or anything like that, I feel like somebody's very focused on their career. That's the outcome. What was missing from the plan? Peace. Oh, and emotions. The issue is somebody notices their emotions or they know how they feel about something, or it is like they always feel it. Somebody's not over something, so that's not going to work. The reason that's okay, so whatever's going on, the issue here is somebody has to learn how to ignore their emotions. All right, that could of course definitely lead to, some sort of addiction or whatever like that. If you cannot, control your emotions or ignore how you feel in the moment. All right, we're gonna move on to Scorpio. Ooh, I'm sleepy, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. All right, Scorpio. Let's see. What's the scenario for the Scorpios? And we got Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. What's the energy for the Scorpios? Okay, healing. What role do you play here, Scorpios? Okay, spirituality. So you could have some sort of spiritual belief system, religious belief system, whatever it is. All right. What is the issue? And then we're going to see what needs to be healed. What's the issue here? Humor. Okay. What does it need to be healed into? The issue is humor. All right, you got Gemini and then fluidity. Oh, okay. So the issue with humor healing into sexuality and fluidity, somebody's going to have to be okay with things not being fun all the time. You can't, somebody wants to laugh, joke, or play around all the time. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Scorpios? Hey, respect. You could be dealing with a Taurus. For you, you need to follow some sort of rules and regulations, or maybe you need to put rules and regulations for yourself if you have to heal humor. So it's like, okay, if I drink every day, it's like, okay, I gotta slow down. I can only drink on Saturday. Or all right, I'm eating way too much chocolate. I gotta chill. Like only eat chocolate, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Something like that. Put a rule on something. What rule do you need to follow, Scorpios? Or you may need to just have respect for an individual, respect somebody's wishes, but yeah, truth. Okay. So maybe you need to be honest. Looks like you will have to be honest about something. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Yeah, humor. But that's the issue. Oh, this is the thing. You're not taking somebody serious. Somebody is very serious. You don't realize somebody's being serious with you. They may be saying it in a nice way, but the Queen of Swords typically is like straight to the point, very clear, concise. Like that doesn't really. You shouldn't be maybe you're even fantasizing. Somebody could be fantasizing about something that somebody already told them no to, or you just don't take it seriously. Yeah, I don't think you take it seriously. All right, so you got the moon, the seven of wands, the temperance, and then the knight of wands. So there could be a blockage to a sad or something like that. But let's see what else. What is supposed to be funny or what is the fantasy? It's not. Yeah, oh, maybe that, okay, defense. We got seven of wands there. What is supposed to be blocked out? Maybe that's what's funny is that you get to block somebody out or reject somebody. All right, block out what? Self-love. What? I'm gonna keep it a bug. I feel like with spirituality and humor here, you're fantasizing or something. Something's not. What is the Queen of Swords? Yeah, luck. So whatever this person is saying, this is them. You cannot, this is something outside of you that you cannot change. This is somebody else's, like they're saying something. So this is something outside of your control that you're not really taking seriously. Yeah, intuition. What is a temperance? Somebody's like saying it outright, but you're not listening or something. Okay, attitude, your perspective of pride. Okay. What is the outcome for you, Scorpios? Skill, cause and effect. Okay, this is the thing. Now you could end up dealing with a Libra. That could be your cause and effect here. You deal with a Libra. Um, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I feel like you don't realize that something is cause and effect more than, damn, how do I explain this? It's like basically Scorpios, you're thinking something is fate and it's not. It's cause and effect. It's something that you designed. It's something that it is a direct effect of your choices or a direct effect of what's been going on. What is the luck here for the Queen of Swords? Because it's like you cannot change the Queen of Swords or something. Like that's outside of your control, but it is a result of something. What is this the result of? Guidance, listening to what? Pride. Yeah. Somebody was whatever this is the direct result of somebody being guided by their pride, their ego. So, what is the result? I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. All right, defiance and passion. Okay. Interesting. All right. That was Scorpio. Sagittarius is next. The high priestess was coming out at first, but now it's not anymore. All right, Sagittarius. Shout out to the Sages out there. All right, what's the scenario for the Sagittariuses? Let's see. Okay, rebellion. Did I probably did pull it for somebody. What role do you play here, Sages? I know I did. What role do you play here, Sag? Okay, truth. So you can see the truth about something. What do you see the truth about? Guidance. Who would I know is a couple of, I guess Virgo and Cancer had that. What's the truth about guidance? It could be the truth about who people are listening to. What is the truth about guidance here? Luck. I get it. Basically, you know that people learn based on their surroundings or based on, like, okay, Blue Ivy is guided by Beyonce. That is her luck. She didn't choose like, "Oh, I'm Beyonce's daughter. I'm gonna go find Beyonce and learn from her." That's her luck. She's born like that. That's something outside of her control. That's what people are guided by. You're guided by your surroundings, who you know by happenstance, the family that you come from. I'm assuming. I mean, whatever this is, you can see it though. You're gonna know what this is because you can already see it. What's the most important energy for you to be in, Sagittarius? Okay, change. What are you currently doing? Okay, confidence. What do you need to change this into? It's the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, peace. You need to be at peace with something, okay, or not. There's something that you may not even need to notice or pay attention to at all. Peace is like the Four of Swords could be like maybe you need to go to sleep, rest, not talk about something, or okay, be at peace with what? A perspective on intuition. All right, so if you're wondering if you're intuitive, you're right or something. All right, let's see. I mean, be at peace with the perspective that you have. You don't have to overthink it because your scenario, you're coming out as you see the truth already. So if you there's nothing that you have to question. You can already see it happening. All right, let's get 8 cards. So you already can see it. Somebody has no guidance. Yeah, someone has no guidance. There was nobody there. There's a big distraction as well. 5-5. There's a lot of conflict. Okay, you got the Justice, the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and then the Six of Cups. Because there's no guidance, literally, I'm getting because there is no guidance, it causes somebody to block out like being generous, or it causes somebody to, okay, let me see. Let me not overthink it. What is missing up here? I feel like too somebody is not sympathetic. Somebody was not guided to be sympathetic, caring, kind. Like there's no emotion up here. Where's the emotions or where's the water? Hustle. There I feel like there are no somebody just cares about money. That's all this is. Something is all about money. There's no there take your emotions out of it, or somebody needs to take their emotions out of something. Okay. What does this cause? What is the effect here with justice? Okay, it causes courage. Courage to do what? All right, but you should be at peace with something. I don't think there's anything you need to worry about. How do I explain this? The courage to do what? You have superstition and skill again with Libra. So there's a couple of ways I could read this. Somebody may need the courage to not trust a Libra. I'm also getting somebody needs the courage to actually say, like, no, we need to be concerned about the cause and effect of this. We actually need to think about that. We actually need to, maybe somebody's going to be the one to speak up and say, like, no, I don't trust that. I don't trust that person. I don't trust the outcome of this. This is going to cause that. I don't trust that. So have the courage to say it. Yeah, somebody, okay, you need to have the courage to say that you don't trust a Libra leading you. That's what this is. I don't know what you need to, like, no, I don't trust that person to lead me. So I feel like if this is a person, it's like they have no, you shouldn't listen to them at all. You shouldn't listen to that Libra. Okay. I know I'm using a lot of cars too, but I'm gonna use these. All right, so yeah, had the courage to say like, "No, I don't really trust you leading me. I don't really trust you teaching me that." Why should you not trust this? Potential and humor. What were you being led to do? You're like, nah, I don't. Oh, this is what you're being led to do, and you shouldn't do it. So this is depicted as something good, but you shouldn't do that. So the nine of pentacles typically is somebody being by themselves. Now maybe you're being told to like, okay, spend money on this. Show off your money. Maybe somebody's telling you buy this expensive thing for your house, buy this expensive thing for your clothes. If you read your own cards, maybe somebody taught you like the nine of pentacles means this. That's not what that means, or that's not what you should be doing, or something like that. Welcome, welcome. Okay. What's the result of confidence? That's odd, but I feel like this is more so maybe it's showing something off or showing money off, or all right, what would be the outcome for you if it's just peace? That's what you're supposed to do. I feel like two something is a distraction that distracts you. Resistance. What would you be able to resist, or what are you resisting? Focus. Okay. Focusing on what? Yeah, peace. Don't even look at something. Somebody's like, no, look at this. Look at all these things, focus on this, but you're not even supposed to look at that at all. You're not even supposed to focus on it at all. Because the Four of Swords is like a situation where it's like, no, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not even worried about that. I don't even notice it. It's like, say you stare in the mirror, you're like picking at your face all day. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to notice every little line, every little mark because you're looking at it all day. And that's the best. Okay, what were you focusing on, or what are you resisting focusing on? Cuz it's like, no, I'm not going to focus on that. Okay, transition, knowledge and respect. You're just like, nah, I don't need to. Okay, this is an interesting reading. There's a Four of Swords again. That's what you're supposed to do. What are you resisting focusing on? So I don't know if a Libra told you to do this. Okay, the Two of Cups. It could be a relate. Yeah, the Two of Cups, Ten of Cups. I wouldn't if you're dealing with a Scorpio, I wouldn't focus on that. They had those cards. Interesting reading. What is the outcome for you, Sag? So you're going to have the courage to say, I do not trust that person leading me or teaching me. It's almost like, okay, I'm not going to force it, but I feel like somebody has no emotional connection to something or something like that. What's the outcome for you, Sagittarius? And then we're going to do Capricorn. All right, passion, style, emotions, and resilience. It's like there's no. All right, what's the outcome for the Sagittarius? Oh, I did tell that story in the beginning about a Libra. That's funny as fuck. All right. Yeah. You're gonna walk away from, I feel like, listening to someone that you weren't supposed to listen to in the first place. All right, you'll know what it is though. You're gonna see it. All right, Capricorn is next. Ooh, right on the dot. Okay. Capricorns. What's the energy surrounding Capricorns? What's the scenario? Okay, self-esteem. That could be feeling offended or not knowing something, not knowing how to do it. All right, what role do you play here, Capricorns? Okay, potential. All right, so you could be giving somebody a tangible message, sending an email, things like that, or there is potential in you. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Capricorns? Okay, truth. What do you need to see the truth about? Maybe you need to listen to a Sag because they came out as that, but what do you need to see the truth about? Yeah, peace. That's what Sag had. You need to see the truth about not looking at something, not paying attention to it. You may need to realize if you're dealing with a Sag, because they're supposed to get to peace, so they may not be there yet. They need to stop focusing on something or stop paying attention to it, whatever. You're gonna see like somebody does not notice something at all. What's the self-esteem part? Whose self-esteem is triggered? Somebody that is talking to you. Okay, I see voice and emotions. You got angel and in defense. Okay, let me get one more in humor. Now, somebody could feel insecure because they're saying their emotions to somebody and they're like, no, that's not funny. That's not funny. I don't like that. I don't enjoy that. So it could like trigger somebody. Like the truth is that somebody is not, the emotions aren't the same for the other individual. I'm gonna put voice here. What triggers the self-esteem here? Defiance. Okay. Somebody may feel disrespected or like, okay, why are you breaking this rule? Why are you not listening to this rule? What is the person saying or talking about? Yeah, rebellion. That was a center of Sagittarius's reading. What is the truth about peace here? I feel like you just don't notice it or don't put your energy towards something. Yeah, confidence. This is the Sagittarius reading. So if you're wondering, if you deal with a Sag, you're wondering why they did something, they were advised by a Libra to do it, or they were advised by a group of people, and that caused them to do something they weren't supposed to be doing. Let's see. I don't know. I'm just reading these cards. I don't know. Let's see. So I feel like once you're like, oh shit, if it turns into something peaceful, or if that person doesn't pay attention, or if they don't say anything, it kind of shifts the whole scenario. Yeah, there's the Five of Swords. Somebody's gonna overhear like gossip or overhear something rude or mean. All right. Yeah. Something's not a big deal. Something is only a big deal because somebody was taught this, but it's that's not the case. Why is this scenario not a big deal here? There's no major arcana or like, yeah, order. What's being put first? Yeah, focus. Something is only a big deal if you focus on it. Like think about racist people, right? They are obsessed with hating a black person, but if you just don't even focus on it, you wouldn't even think like that. Or like don't focus, something's not a big deal because you're not focused on it or some it's almost like damn, like I wish I could give y'all a better example, but it's like okay, I didn't my finger didn't start hurting until I looked down and saw the cut or until I looked down and saw the blood. If I didn't focus on it, I might not even known that my finger was hurting. Or like say somebody's it's like an algorithm on your phone. Like okay, if I don't search ducks, then I'm never going to think about ducks. I don't even notice them. I don't see any video about them. I'm not focused on them at all. This is what your reading's about. All right, what's the outcome for you? Okay, fluidity. Virgo have fluidity, I believe. Interesting. All right, now I'm getting tired. All right, let's see. That was Capricorn. Aquarius. I just had to block a Capricorn. I was like, I don't know where you came from. He came out of nowhere 8 years ago. I immediately blocked. Do not send me no friend requests ever in your life. All right, let's see. Aquarius. What's the scenario surrounding the Aquarius is? Aquarius, I think, came out in Virgo. Okay, knowledge. I know Gemini had knowledge. So if you're wondering, a Gemini knows what to do or whatever, but let's see. So knowledge, what role do you play here, Aquarius? Okay, potential, the same thing as a Capricorn. So you're looking at something or you have the potential to do something, but you're looking at a tangible like message. You could be sending a message, things like that. What are we knowledgeable about? Or actually in your reading, who has the knowledge here? Okay, determination. So whoever is very focused on it, I feel like somebody learned something because they were focused on it. They're very determined. They could be studying it. Yeah, truth. Whatever you focus on, I feel like somebody's like, that's I know that I keep obsessing over that, or I keep thinking about that, or I keep focusing on that. It could also be I'm very well versed in something because I focused on it, right? Like a chef, they know how to cook because that's what they're focused on. If you put them in a race car, they may crash it. They weren't focused on that. Uh, what energy are you supposed to be in here, Aquarius? Order. What should be put first for you? Okay, love. So that's like sympathy for who, being nice, kind, things like that, for peace. So the Sagittarius is supposed to be peace. That's what they're supposed to change into. So let them do that. Let them not, you have to let someone around you not pay attention to something. Okay, not pay attention to what? Or maybe let somebody rest, or let them not talk, or let them not pay attention to what? Luck and mood. So like don't somebody doesn't want to pay attention to, okay, it's going to turn out being negative or sad or regretful. I don't even want to pay attention to that. Allow them not to. There somebody's not supposed to pay attention to that. All right, let's see. 8 cards. And then we're gonna get Pisces. So somebody does not know how to do something. They're looking for it in the wrong place. The nine of pentacles. So if this is the Sag, they know that they're not supposed to do the nine of pentacles anymore. They're supposed to be peace. You know what, too? Let me continue first. So this person, they don't know how to do something. They realize they're looking in the wrong direction. They're looking at the nine of pentacles. That inspires them with the ace of wands. There's the love part. There's the temperance. So you may have to have sympathy for a Sagittarius because they did not know something. That's why knowledge is here. Now they do know. So that could be what it is. You have to have sympathy, or you're going to be, you may say it in a nice way. You may have to say something in a nice way because they did not know. All right. The high priest is on the bottom. All right. So they didn't know something is basically what I'm getting. Let's see what else. What's the fool card? What is somebody not aware of, or what did they not know? Vision and humor. So I feel like somebody didn't know they were looking at like an illusion. almost. I don't know if I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. What is the temperance in your reading? Oh, my eyes. Defiance. All right, what is the rule or what is somebody supposed to do? Courage. What are they doing instead? We got courage there. I said that in the reading. Defense. What are they blocking out? Yeah, they're like, I don't have, I'm not. Oh, okay. So a Sag is supposed to be courageous. They're blocking out their intuition. That's why you have to let them, basically, like somebody has to become courageous again. What is a person's intuition telling them to do? I don't want to. I mean, maybe y'all are probably supposed to listen to one another, or because you're supposed to be kind about what they're learning or something like that, or what they have to change. I mean, you may have to listen to them. I don't really know if I'm reading it that way though, but maybe you have to listen to the Sagittarius. Depends on what it is. Um, okay. What's the outcome for you, Aquarius? But basically, somebody did not know. Yeah, superstition. Are you worried? Are you nervous? Let's clarify it real quick. Who is I don't know if this is you or the other person you're reading, but who's nervous with superstition? Or you may realize that something is a superstition. Power. What is this person nervous about? Resistance. Somebody's like, no, they can't resist. What the fuck? Okay, who's resisting? A Leo resisting what? A Gemini and personality. Okay. I'm not gonna overthink it. All right, we'll do Pisces. Last but not least, Pisces. Ooh, that scared me. All right, let's see. What's the that was loud. All right, what's the scenario, Pisces? Courage. All right, what role do you play? Determined, focused. All right, a lot. This keeps coming out a lot. All right, very determined, very focused. What are you focusing on, or what are you determined to have, Pisces? Connectivity, emotions. You keep could be something dealing with a Libra, Virgo. That Libra reading, they thought the outcome was going to be them, but then it was ambition. It's like you can't stop thinking about your feelings or how feelings cause. Now, this could be like somebody has a mindset where when I'm emotional, I'm going to go work, right? It causes me to be more ambitious. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Pisces? Resilience. All right. So, what do you need to be able to handle? Defiance. Now, Sag came out as that. Okay. What's the rule? And what are we doing that's different? Yeah, defense. What's being done differently? It's going to be difficult for you. I feel like this is going to be you. If you want to say no to something, you have to listen to someone else. That's difficult. What's supposed to be blocked out? Inspiration, the Aquarius. I feel like you don't want to listen to an Aquarius or, yeah, okay, inspiration, healing, and humor. So I feel like Aquarius is trying to heal like a some sort of fantasy, like stop fantasizing about that or healing some sort of addiction. All right, let's see. What's 8 cards for the Pisces real quick? There's a Temperance again. So Sagittarius came out first again, which that was in the Aquarius reading. Okay. The major cards that's out, there's a Sag, a Virgo, and a Leo. Those are the people here. Got 7-7 coming out as well. Let me clarify this. I might have to pick some of these cards. That's a lot of cards. What's the Temperance? Okay, sexuality, transition, and hustle. So I see this here with the Temperance and the hustle card. So like abundance, basically. What is the Hermit? That's defiance as well. All right, what is the rule here? I now I'm getting a little confused. I'm getting tired. What's the rule? Love. Okay. So a Virgo is not going to say something sympathetically, or they're not going to have empathy. Okay, what are they going to do instead? They're like, no, I don't have empathy, or no, I'm not going to say that in a nice way, or something like that. Um, what are they doing instead here? Voice. Yeah, they're somebody. Okay, so the Virgo or an individual is not going to say something in a nice manner. They're going to say it straightforward. Um, what's the strength card then? I feel like this is, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place now. It's too many people. All right, so luck. What is the confusion with the 7 of Cups? What are we looking for? So it's not going to be anything sympathetic. Oh, who's looking for leadership? Somebody's looking for leadership in the wrong place. Who's looking for leadership in the wrong place? Mood. Who had mood? There's a lot of cards. This is like a lot of people, and you're reading out of nowhere. So basically, what I'm getting is I might have to do some extra cards for y'all tomorrow. But basically, it's like somebody looking for leadership in the wrong place. There's like some sort of regret. If you end up going to an individual, that person is not going to say something nice. They're not going to sugarcoat it. They're going to be straightforward. What's the regret? What does somebody regret? Or there's like a loss. They regret resisting what? Order. What should have been put first? Oh, the truth or seeing the truth about a scenario. Somebody did not want to see the truth about something. And so they're going to someone else for clarity, but they're looking in the wrong direction. The truth about what? A mental trap. Connect the truth about a trap. Somebody's like caught up, or the truth is this is I'm constantly thinking about this over and over again. All right. I don't know, y'all. What's the 7 of Swords? What was the intention with the 7 of Swords? Oh, mystery. Something's supposed to be hidden. What's supposed to be hidden or what's supposed to be a secret? hidden knowledge. It's either hidden knowledge or I'm supposed to hide the fact that I know something. Know what? Personality. Is somebody supposed to act like they don't know someone or they don't know what's going on? What actually ends up occurring? All right, respect. Maybe a Taurus says something. Yeah. Okay. How does the so what? I don't know what this reading is. I'm about to end it now because I don't want to overthink it. Why does this plan not work? Love. Okay, this plan doesn't work because you like somebody has to be sympathetic or nice. So basically, somebody's supposed to say something in like a nice, kind gesture or a nice, kind way. They don't do that. They're going to just say what it is. Okay, what's the outcome for you, Pisces? Confidence, dominance, healing, and humor. Let's see. What's the outcome for the Pisces? I'll read. I'm going to redo this tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, they're like, I can't stop thinking about this. I can't stop thinking about this. All right, I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna try time stamp it. Hopefully, it shows up in my studio. All right. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching, y'all.